anyway, confidence is key. And then part of that confidence, David, Marcelo, friends out there in Valuetainment land, in YouTube land. Let me say hi. David, if you see some people, some of our friends, you can say hi to them while we're doing this.
Luis,
usual suspects.
John.
I'm pulling this up. Part of confidence are the words that you use. And certain words are more effective than others. Certain words can go a long way, while certain words might hurt your cause, right? So there's some experts. You know, when you think of words, there's experts like linguists, psychologists, recruiters, CEOs even, that basically say these are the words that you should use and these are the words that you should stay away from. So let's get into this list. What do you think?
Let's do it.
So you ever have a conversation with somebody and they say, so here's what I'm saying on page 3, you can see that the TPS report, does that make sense?
No.
Does that make sense?
Zero clue.
Does that make sense?
I completely zoned out after you said
So
that.
what they're saying is the whole does that make sense it's not a productive question. Why is that? It's because what they're saying is that you should ask for is what are your thoughts? Because basically what you're looking for is feedback when you say, does that make sense? Does that make sense? They're either going to say yes, or if the answer is no, they're still going to say yes because they don't want to sound stupid. Does that make sense? No. Of course they're going to say yes for the most part. So when you say yes, you're just kind of just moving the conversation along. So the difference between saying, does that make sense? Or what are your thoughts is getting feedback or just getting a yes or no question. Marcelo, does that make sense?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Yes, I'll say.
But Marcelo,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
Well, I think
You see how he's speaking now?
Yeah. Right.
Boom, go.
I was gonna say that what it really works
Yes.
on doing is making the people talk. It's like
Yes.
if you say, "Does that make sense?" They don't have to be paying attention or not. They
Exactly.
can just say yes, and then you're moving on. But if you say, "What are your thoughts?" That's also kind of being like, "Were you paying attention?"
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Give me some feedback. David, does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. How awkward.
what?
How awkward. Yeah, like what are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Right.
Well,
I
man,
wasn't
think
even
you
listening.
Made a great point.
Anyway, so words matter. Little things like that. So rather than saying, I actually had a phone call with a colleague or a business guy, and after every point he made, he said, does that make sense?
Oh, God.
And I just by default said, yes. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't paying attention, 5 minutes in. We spoke for a half hour. Does that make sense? It was almost like it was something that was built into his DNA. Like he took a class and said, does that make sense? And he was told to repeat it. So basically, number one, replace does that make sense with what are your thoughts? And you'll get actual feedback rather than a yes or no response.
I like it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Thank you. We're looking to make sense here. 2 cents. All right, number 2 on this list. Instead of saying, maybe we should try, or maybe we should go here, how about maybe we should do this? What you should say is, let's try.
No, maybe.
No, maybe. It's basically the difference between being confident, let's do this, or being wishy-washy. Maybe we should go to the movies. Maybe we should go to the Mexican restaurant. Let's try the Mexican restaurant for dinner with confidence.
Wow, how authoritative.
Wow, how authoritative. You're showing up.
And they can reject you. They can say, "No, I don't want to try it," but at least you sound like you're sure of what you're saying.
Confidence. This whole thing is about confidence. Are you believing in what you're saying? Let's try the new sushi restaurant. Maybe we should try the new sushi restaurant.
Do you see how his voice changed?
You see how-
audience? Do you see how the voice changes?
That's how I knew.
That's how you knew
yeah.
that I was being more confident on the first
100%.
one. Exactly. The voice change. So, so stop basically the using the word of maybe. Words matter again. Confidence matters. Confidence is key. Okay?
Right.
So maybe we should try stop using does that make sense? Or stop using does that make sense? See what I did there?
No, none of that made sense.
So that's number 2. You either believe in what you're talking about or you don't, and the maybe is sort of a disclaimer that you don't know what you're talking about, David. Okay? Number 3 on this list, to help your confidence, lose the buts. Lose the buts. I'm not sure, but I think we should go to the mall today. Or this might be a stupid question, but what are your thoughts? No. Or I don't want to be too pushy, but can I have another soda? Relax. So what they're saying to say instead is whatever you were going to say after the but. Okay?
Gotcha.
Basically, they're saying don't add disclaimers to undermine yourself. So I don't want to be too pushy, but can I get another refill on my soda? Rather than doing that is,
Just be pushy.
can I have another refill on my soda? Okay, and when it applies to business, I don't want to be pushy, but you were going to get back to me with feedback on the new design layout of the plant, all right? Hey, you were going to get back to me with the design layout. What's the status? They're basically saying the whole concept here is just like get to the point.
Where's the button?
Stop using disclaimers. There it is. Stop undermining yourself. Okay? There's that. Any thoughts on that?
Ooh, what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
I agree. I think disclaimers hurt you no matter what. It can't help you to put a disclaimer. I might be an idiot, but it's like, dude, just say what you're going to say. Disclaimers don't help. Unless it's medicine. Then you should include disclaimers for legal purposes.
Yes.
Take this X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
But if you're pregnant.
Yeah, but if you're pregnant.
Right.
If you're carrying child, you might not want to do that. Okay, number 4. We just talked about lose the buts, lose the justs. Now, this is something that I do in emails all the time. Hey, Rick, just touching base.
I do that all the time.
Hey, Sally, just wanted to see how you're doing. Hey, Bill, just want to find out just shut with the just.
Yeah.
That's what they're basically saying. They just say, touching base, finding out. Again, we talked about not using a disclaimer unless someone's pregnant or whatever, you know? Or checking the medicine, whatever that was. The just is just softening your message. It's sort of like you look weak.
Yeah.
You look weak. Again,
that's all I'm doing.
What was that right there? Just look at the sun. Just look at the.
Just checking in.
Just checking in. You don't need that.
That's all. Yeah.
Just shut up. Just say what you were gonna say.
Just say it. So it's almost like you're apologizing, right? It's like saying, I hate to bother you.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
Also,
I'm bothering you, sir. What's the status of the TPS report?
Right. Also, like with, I feel like if you're asking somebody out or anything like that, I was just wondering if it's like,
I was just wondering what you're doing Saturday night.
What are you doing Saturday night?
Tell him.
Dude, it's honestly true though.
Yeah.
I think like in general, like no matter what business you're in, even if you're like flipping burgers somewhere, if you were like need help, you're like, hey, I just wanted to see if you could help me over here at my station.
Let me get a little help over here, buddy.
Exactly. I would send you, like, I'd be like, oh, this person is weak. I don't have to listen to them.
Damn.
Well said. So anyway, we talked about not adding disclaimers. We talked about not adding words that soften your message. Again, not confidence. You know what possibly is the least confident word that you can constantly use for no reason is the word sorry. Stop apologizing if you haven't done anything wrong. If you messed up, you screwed up, you did something stupid, apologize, man up, and do it quickly and do it on point. I'm so sorry. Like, this is for sure. But if you didn't do anything wrong, why are you apologizing? Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just wanted you to know that my car's, you're not bothering me at all. Just tell me this is what happened. Hey, I'm so sorry, but would you mind moving? Hey, would you mind moving a couple feet away? That's not a big deal. So what they're saying to use instead is, excuse me, because you're butting in on what they're saying. Excuse me. So psychologists basically say that the people that use the word or overuse the word I'm sorry lack confidence. Again, confidence is key. Confidence is key.
Right. And
why do you think you see like really, let's just call a spade here, not such attractive in the face guys with pretty women? Confidence. And money. And money.
And money.
And maybe that's true.
But with money comes confidence.
More so the money. But yeah.
but more so the money.
And maybe that's true for jobs too. You see guys that are not that smart, but they got a great job or they're high up in the company, and you're like, damn, that guy's not that quick on his feet, but he's got confidence.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Marcelo.
Yes.
You have confidence.
Perhaps. It's definitely gotten me out of a few tight binds. If like I'm saying a joke that sucks or that doesn't really work, but then I just spit it out with some confidence.
Yep.
Might have saved my ass once or twice.
David.
Yeah.
You have confidence.
Yeah, I bet.
You were dating a girl at one point who said, I'm not that into good-looking guys.
We don't have to go into
Not,
that.
it's not, no, that's
I mean, I also don't know where this is going. I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I'm just saying you have confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're calling him ugly?
I'm not saying that. The girl that he was dating did. But she liked his confidence.
Right.
Well, I'm
the
not
power.
saying
In
that.
addition to his mustache.
All right.
Yeah.
But the point is this. Confidence is key, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're ugly, if you're dumb, if you're not talented, confidence.
I'm telling you.
Just look at David.
Just look at his stupid face.
Look at Adam.
Look at that mustache. Confident.
Confidence.
No clue what I'm talking about. I'm going to sell you everything. This is what you need to do.
Confidence.
But confidence is key. And listen, last but not least, we talked about using what are your thoughts rather than does that make sense? Because you can get better feedback. We talked about being direct with let's try rather than maybe let's try. We talked about losing the buts, but this. We talked about losing the just wanted to. We talked about stop saying sorry. But let's give a little bonus right here. Because when I hear people say this, it drives me mad. Know what I'm saying? So, I went to the park the other day. You know what I'm saying? So then, know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No.
Which is, does that make sense?
100%.
Which is yeah.
They're basically saying, you know what you should say instead of, you know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Right.
Stop saying that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw a guy say that he plays sports. He was giving a press conference. And, the Raiders, they did a good job, you know what I'm saying? And but our team, we tried real hard, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, we didn't win the game, you know what I'm saying? But no, buddy, I know what you're saying. Just say it.
Right, but that's also a business where you don't really got to speak that well to succeed. But if you're if you're in sales, if you're in work, even if you're a comedian, I got to stop saying, you know what I mean? I say it a lot. So
As a comedian?
100%. I say it a lot, and I shouldn't. I should just be silent. So I think, in sports, it's different. But like if you're a salesman or a manager or like, somebody that has to lead, you can't be, you know what I'm meaning.
You know what I'm meaning. Because basically it's a filler phrase that means nothing. It means nothing. And it actually irritates people. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you think they're dumb. You're like, are you keeping up with this?
It's just, I think it's one of those words that has made it into the culture that nobody said, just stop this right now and just get, you know what other word? And a friend of mine's father pointed this out to me and I was like, right there. I just did it.
Like.
The word like.
Oh,
Right.
That
I was like, what? I actually, there was a girl I'm kind of friends with, talking to, whatever. And in person, we go out, we hang out, and I didn't notice it. But I called her on the phone, and I realized she said like every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it in person. But on the phone, because there's no extracurricular stuff going on,
right.
I'm just listening. And it's driving me mad how much she said. It's like I went to the bar and like the guy said, I was just chill out with all that. Know what I'm saying?
Say less. Say less is the lesson here. Say less.
Say less.
Work on how you speak.
Anyway, exactly. Work on how you speak. Exactly. Thank you, Marcelo. No matter what business you're in, whether you're a comedian, whether you're a producer, whether you're the guy on the podium speaking, sports or not, words do matter. It's a huge part of business. So let me tell you something. It's not about, and it doesn't matter about brain, smart, resume. It's not about how much you know. It's about how you can convey what you know.
All we talk is money. All we talk is money.
If you enjoyed that short clip from the Soscast, click here to watch another. Click here to watch the full episode, or just stay broke.